Hey, my Pilates people, welcome to my channel, Connect and Move. My name is Jessica. Today I have for you a reformer session with a focus on the core and upper body. So no real lower body today. Of course, we'll still engage them when we need to, but upper body and core work today. So not starting with footwork, we're going to be working with some relatively light springs for the whole class. We also will be kneeling. So again, if you need a pad when you kneel, go ahead and grab it. Otherwise, no props. No props. Yes, I'm just doing a quick check in my head. So to start, headrest can be up in your comfortable position. We're going to be starting with a medium and a light spring. So for my balanced body, that is a red and a blue spring. So I do want there to be a little tension when we do our arms and straps. We'll be starting lying on our back with some ab work. So there. All right. All right. So for class, doesn't matter if your foot bar is up or down, doesn't matter, right? So unless it's in your way, of course. So let's take our hands into our short loops. All right, wrap the fists around, punch your fists up to the ceiling. So before we even get our legs up, I just want you to think of creating as much space between your chest and your fists as you possibly can. All right, and now doing that, can you still keep a broad open collarbone? All right, so I want you to think of that tailbone stretching long and away from the crown of your head and finding more of a neutral spine. And now keeping that neutral pelvis, can you sink your low back and the base of your ribs down into the mat? Now, if that means you have to tuck the pelvis a little bit, that's okay, right? But we're shooting for a neutral pelvis with low back into the mat, which is just so tough. All right, so once you have your shape, your imprint here, go ahead and bring your legs up into tabletop and just pause. Let's just hold and just work to find that elongated imprint. And I don't know about you, but I'm already shaking. Wrap the fists around. Can you make the arms a little bit longer? And now lower the arms all the way down and into the mat, and then float them back up. Again, lower them down. If you want to already start with like really feeling extra things, just slide the legs away from your body a little bit, still keeping the base of the ribs bolted to the mat. Let's find an exhale as we lower, and then an inhale as we raise. 2 more here. Pinkies are wrapped around just as much as your index fingers. Last one, go ahead and lower the arms all the way down. Head can be up or down, totally up to you. But I want you to feel those elbows kind of spiral in towards your center line. And now bend the elbows. And as you straighten the arms, straighten your right leg out. And then bend the elbows, bend the knee. We alternate. And in. Again, remember, head can be up. If your head is up, try looking down at your low belly for 3 and 2. And last one, hold your right leg out there, all right? Right leg stays out, turn your palms facing in towards your body, open the arms out to the side, and then hug them back in, all right? Base the ribs are still into the mat, even if your chest is up. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug back in. Think of the arms growing longer, even as they go out. We have 2. Really work that exhale. Last one, switch legs. Keep the hug of the inner thighs. Inhale to open. Exhale, hug back in. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug back in. Keep that tailbone long and heavy. Keep looking down at your stomach, not your foot. I just was looking at my foot. For 3, hang in there, big wingspan. And 2. And last one, hug the arms in, bend the knees in, float the arms up, take a quick moment to reset. All right, I'm already regretting this long sleeve shirt. All right, couple more here. Wrap the fists around again. Get yourself set up. Legs are zipped up. You've got that elongated imprint. Go ahead and lower the arms all the way down, find that active reach. And now I want you to float the arms up to where the carriage is starting to move, but you're not gonna let it, okay? So for me, that's about mid-thigh. Can you push through your first and second knuckles a little bit more? Again, if it's available, find that upper ab curl. Now straighten the legs up to the ceiling. Lower your right leg down as your left leg pulls back to your face, and then scissor switch. And switch. It's almost as if you were like reaching maybe a little bit up and over the foot bar. Again, looking down at your stomach or maybe your boobs, whatever's in your line of sight first. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Zip the legs up, bend the knees, float the arms all the way up. Nice work. Go ahead and hang up your straps. And let's now roll you up. We're going to take that medium spring off. So we're now down to a light spring. For me, that is a blue spring. Grab your pad for kneeling if you need. We're going to come kneeling with the shoulder blocks to your right. All right, so kneeling here for this arm work, the closer you are to the shoulder blocks, the easier this is going to be. Of course, the opposite is also true. So I'm going to take your right hand onto that long loop. You know you can adjust if you want to up the tension even more to the short loop. I'm going to take my left hand on my hip, and my knees and my shins are about hip socket distance apart. Another option is if you want to make things harder, legs can be zipped up. But either way, I want you to push the shins down. So drop the tailbone down, pubic bone comes forward and also up. So I am like still active through my lower half. It's also going to keep you from falling. So I'm going to start with my elbow relatively low, and I'm going to find spring tension. Okay, so this is my start position. My chest is nice and open. All right, I'm going to wrap that hand around the strap, and then I'm going to curl the hand in towards my shoulder and then release back out. Try not to slam the carriage. Okay, so if this is too much, you can always lower the elbow down more. And all this is just a bicep curl from the side, but it's also shoulder girdle stability work. Now, one more option, because y'all, I love options, okay? Teaching to a lot of different people right now. The higher up the elbow, the harder. And we're also trying to keep that elbow still in space. So wherever you can here. And I don't know about you, but I'm starting to feel like my side body here kick on, my right lat muscle. Last one. Okay, go and extend that arm out. Now everybody hug your elbow in. I'm going to turn my palm facing kind of towards the left. Elbow stays at my hip or my ribs, my stomach, whatever. I'm just going to close the door, and then I'm going to open the door. We close the door and open. It's always a good thing to just check your neck, see that you can turn your head from right to left, and also check your shins. Now, if you wanted some extra arm work for the other side, I could just open this arm out to the side and just hold it out there. Don't underestimate the weight of the arm. Let's do 3 and 2 broad collarbone. Last one. Awesome. Now I'm going to find more of an open arm, like still like a soft bend. My palm is facing in. Okay, think of this as like a low hug. So I'm going to pull the arm across my body and then slowly release back out. So what I kind of want you to find here is this chest muscle here. That's what we're trying to fire up. Again, it's kind of a low, you've seen these guys in the gym doing this, girls too, this like hug in. Good. All while trying to stay square, and the sides of your neck are staying long. All right, let's do 3 and 2 and 1. Now hold it at that challenge point where you really feel like that spring is really trying to pull you back. All right, and now I want you to do little pulses in and out, little tiny. Feel that it's coming right from your pec muscle. For 3 and 2. Last one. Open the arm back out. All righty. Now we're going to do it kind of behind our back. So we're hitting more back muscles here, okay? You can match the other arm with it if you'd like, or the arm can stay out to the side. I'm going to bring the arm now behind me, or I'm going to try to, and then release back out. Bring the arm behind me, and then back out. So now I'm really trying to think of that space just below my shoulder blades, even my armpit muscles. Woo. Some women call it the bra fat area, but I can really feel that's what's happening right there. And there's no twisting happening. I know this is tiny but mighty. Chest is nice and proud. For 2. And last one. Now hold it back there wherever you can and just do little pulses, little pulses. Make sure that elbow is also spiraling back as well. For 3. It's so tiny. 2. And 1, bring the arm back out. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to that hug, but now we're gonna add the other arm and then just a little movement into the hips, okay? So I'm gonna hug the arms low in front of me and I'm gonna hold here. I'm gonna make, again, as much space between my fists and my ribs as I can. So I'm gonna round the back a little bit and then I'm just gonna stack up tall, arms open back out. So I'm gonna think I've got resistance in my left hand as well. Hug everything in, lift up through the ribs, and then open back out, stack up tall. Firm grip with your fist, y'all. Hug in, push down to your shins, drop the tailbone, and then open back out. Anybody feeling that chest muscle? Because push-ups are humbling, so let's do these instead. Exhale, hug, 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 and back out. Feel like this reach is coming from your back, y'all. Hug, 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 and then back out. 2 more. Hug, 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 and back out. Last one. Hug, ring it out, ring it out, ring it out, and then stack all the way back up. Okay. Now I'm going to take that right arm, that right hand, and I'm going to bring it into my side. I'm going to hold here. Okay. I want this to be challenging, not so much to where you're like contorting your body to get into this position, but I want you to feel things. I want you to feel some resistance here, okay? I'm now gonna take my left arm up to the ceiling. I'm gonna try to keep my right arm glued to my side. I'm gonna side bend up and over to the right, keeping that right palm hugging in like crazy. Might even feel a little oblique kick on, and then stacking back up, all the way up. Again, find your inner thighs, pubic bone is forward. Now hold here. Think of making your right arm longer, but also lifting the ribs up and then stack all the way back up. My right arm is shaking right now. Up and over, right hip forward, up and over, and then a lift back out. Last one, up and over. And now hold it here. I want you to bend the elbow, just slide the hand up a little bit and then push it back down. It's tiny. Slide the hand up a little bit and then push it back down. So my elbow's kind of pointing to the end of my carriage. And I'm feeling a little bit of bicep here. Last one, keep lifting up through the ribs. Press the arm back down, hug it in, and then stack all the way back up and then release the strap. Again, tiny but mighty. Okay, so I'm gonna drop my headrest down. We're just gonna take a little detour before we do the other side. All right, so I want there to be some space behind you. I'm gonna hook my heels at the end of my headrest, okay? This is gonna just help engage the back of the legs a little bit, help kind of lock you in place. So I'm gonna take my hands into the long loops to start, and we'll start there. All right, so from here, my arms are straight out in front of me. My palms are facing in towards one another. Again, hook your heels. Feel that drag from heel to seat. And then from here, just roll your pelvis back, back, back. See if you can find your low back into the mat. And again, check your neck, check your shoulders, and then just roll yourself up, up, up. You know what you need to do if you need more assistance, right? You just choke up a little bit higher. Roll yourself back. Keep pulling with the heels. Again, think of getting the low back into the mat, even if it doesn't happen. Now, keep that low back drawing down to the mat and lift your chest up just 1 inch and lower it back an inch. Lift it up 1 inch, pull the ribs back, and then back an inch. Lift it up an inch, and then pull it back, and then hold here. Again, think of making as much space between your fists and your chest right now. And now can you open the arms out to the side a little bit, and then pull them back in. Open them out to the side a little bit, and pull them back in. This starts to bother your neck, Lower the arms down a little bit. Let's do 3. Squeeze those inner thighs. And 2. Last one. Bring the arms back out in front and then roll yourself all the way up. Okay. The next 2 options, we're going to add a leg lift to it. You can always keep your feet down or just think of getting light in one foot. All righty. So find your hand position. Palms are facing in again. Just a soft bend to the elbows this time. Go ahead and roll yourself back. Find your challenge point. Keep the heels hooking around so that pubic bone is pulling back to your navel. And now straighten your right leg out. I don't care if it's turned out. I don't care if it's parallel. It's something. Those thighs are engaged. Open the arms out and then hug them back in. Open them out and then pull them back in. So nothing else moves, just the arms. And those ribs are pulling back like crazy. For 2. Last one. Arms come back to center, lower the foot, hook the foot, straighten the left leg out. Now, I want you to turn the palms facing down to the floor or out. You're going to press the arms down and back, and then arms come forward. Holy cannoli. Press back. You can always go back to the first option. Make that left leg long, y'all. I don't know about you, but I am shaking. I don't know if this microphone is picking up the quiver. For 3. Sides of the neck long. And 2. And last one. Arms come forward, place the foot down, and then roll yourself all the way up. Whew. Take a moment. While we're taking a moment, let's hook the long loops around your elbow creases, bicep, elbow creases, somewhere around there. Alrighty. We have 2 variations coming up. Let's just do it. I'm going to try to keep my legs hovering in space. So we'll see. So bring the arms up to a 90-degree bend here. Legs are zipped up, upper back is broad, chest is open. Roll yourself back to that challenge point again. Imagine I'm punching you right in the gut. Pull away from my fist. All right. Now, can you float your right leg up? Can you float your left leg up? Now, legs can be straight, legs can be bent. You know, every day is different, y'all. Now, keep the shape of your spine and your legs. Can you open the arms out a little bit? And then pull them back in. Open them out a little bit and pull them back in. Keep squeezing your inner thighs together or hugging them together. Oh, so tough. For 3, I'm shaking. And 2, and last one. Now, last variation. Arms are going to reach up to the sky or out at a Y and then bend back in. Out and up and then back in. Out and up and back in. Round your spine like crazy. We've got 3. Hang in there, y'all. And 2. Check your neck. Last one. Bend the elbows. Roll yourself up. Take the feet down. Yeah, that was good. Good stuff. Hang up your straps. Let's do the other side of the arms. Let's see if I can remember all of that. All right, so kneeling relatively in that same spot that you were on the other side. Your tailbone is long. We're pushing the shins down. Pubic bone is lifting up. Hopefully this feels pretty good after all that hip flexion. So we're going to start with the left palm facing up to the sky. Again, find some spring tension to where we're not like completely into the stopper. Right hand is on the hip. And now from here, we just bicep curl and then extend back out again. So again, we're trying to keep that left elbow still in space wherever it's at. You can have it down here. You can have it all the way up. And we're also trying to hold the stability of our shoulder girdle. And what is that? Just your upper back. You coming over, Buddha? There you go. It's about time. Nice control, y'all. I like to think of kind of that pinky side of my hand reaching into the strap, maybe a little bit more than my index side. Just play around with that and see how that feels. Let's do 3. control the carriage. And 2. And last one, extend the arm out with control. Bring the elbow into the side, palm faces in. And then I forgot to mention, right? If you do want extra arm work, that right arm can just go out to the side. Heck, it could even go up to the ceiling. But wherever that right arm is at in space, just again, check your neck. It's just so tempting. The second we lift the arm up, it's like, hello neck, hello upper traps. Body is square. Sometimes as my hand comes in, like towards the right, I almost have to think of twisting my body to the left a little bit. This side feels heavier. I don't know about you guys. Let's do 3. And 2, maybe it's because my 11-pound cat is on here. Last one, could be. I don't know. I'm going to chalk it up to that. All right, so let's do that low hug. All right, so left palm faces in. I have a soft bend to the elbow. I'm going to hug the arm across the body and then back out. Hug the arm across. And I can't remember if I said soft bend or a straight arm on the other side. So do the one that I said on the other side. Sometimes I come into these sessions with like a solid outline plan, and other times it's like, let's just do some arm work and just see what comes to me. So kind of one of those days. Hug across, find that left pec muscle. Again, pinky is pushing in just as much as your index or index side of the hand. For 2. Last one. Now we take the arm behind you, okay? So extra challenge, maybe push the pelvis forward a little bit more to give yourself some space, all right? And then we hug in behind the body and then back out. Hug in and back out. Broad collarbone, especially as those hands come behind. It's just like a chest expansion, but behind. Reach down and in. Reach down and in. Oh, I just remembered I forgot those pulses. That's why this is going so fast. So let's do 2. And last one, hold that arm back there, hold it back there, spiral the elbows in, and then little pulse. Little pulse, little pulse. Think ribs in, tailbone down. This is so tiny and frustrating. Let's do 3 and 2 and 1. Now go ahead and bring the arm across the body, hold here, all right? So we're gonna do those little pulses here before we go into adding both arms. So little pulse across, little pulse across. Again, push down through both shins. Front hip points are lifting up. For 2 and 1. Now let's add both arms. So we're gonna sit the hips back a little bit as we hug the arms in. So we round, I'm lifting up through the ribs, and then hips come forward. We stack back out, arms go out. Again, hug in, 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 and then back out. Should be a nice back stretch. Resituating. Again, exhale, hug, 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 hug. Back out, stack up tall, broad chest. Exhale, hug, hug, hug. It's like your teaser and horseback all in one right here. Exhale, hug, hug, hug. Starting to feel that left bicep too. Hug it all in, hug, hug, lift the ribs, lift the sternum, and back out. Let's do one more for good measure. Exhale, round up and over. Drop the tailbone under, and then stack all the way back up. Now we're gonna take that left arm and hug it into the side and just hold here. Readjust your position on your carriage if you need to make this more or less challenging. And I'm gonna think of lifting my chest up tall, and then that left arm reaching down and in. Reach your right arm up to the sky. I'm gonna I'm gonna side bend up and over to the left. Keep pressing that left hand into my side, and then stack back up. Keeping that left shoulder drawing down. Again, up and over. Ribs in, chest open, and then stack back up. I heard a cue the other day that I thought was really cool. Think of pushing your brain through your skull. Kind of weird, kind of crazy, but it works. And then stack back up. Last one here. Up and over. Pinky side of the hand pushing into that strap. Hold here. Hold here. Lengthen the sides of your neck. Press your left hip forward a little bit more. And then stack all the way back up. Slowly release that arm. Nice work, y'all. Go ahead and hang up that strap. We are now going to change it to a medium spring. So for me, medium is a red spring. If your foot bar is down, go ahead and put it up. So one medium spring, one red for balanced body. All right, so now I want you to come kneeling, facing the back end of your carriage. I'm going to start with my hands down. Okay, if being on the hands is not for you, then of course you can come onto your forearms. And then when we come out and do this variation, you can just slide the carriage out and in. All right, so I'm going to take one foot up onto the foot bar. Other foot's going to come up. I'm going to find my plank. All right, so I'm going to hold here. I'm going to, again, think of creating as much space between hands and my chest. Now, let's add on. I'm going to slide the carriage away as my elbows bend and then back up. It's a little tricep push-up, right? The eventual goal is the elbows will come down and tap the mat. It is harder with the feet up higher. You can always take your feet down. Let's do 3 and 2. Spiral those elbows in. Last one, lift up tall, bend the knees, come all the way home. Okay, take a moment. I know it's a lot on the wrist. I'm not a fan of all the wrist stuff. I've got a grumpy wrist. So now let's come down to the forearms, okay? Forearms down, preferably a little bit wider than your shoulders. I like to wrap my hands around the shoulder blocks. Again, you can always have your feet down on the platform and not the foot bar, okay? So I'm going to drop my head and already just look at my thighs, my boobs, my stomach, whatever you got down there. Push down through your entire forearm and your elbow. Let's go out and find a plank. Hold here. So I'm going to stay looking down, all right? I'm going to think of my tailbone lengthening, kind of dropping down a little bit, but still lifting up through the upper abs. Right now I'm doing an upper ab curl, all right? Now I'm going to bend my knees, round into my spine, push into my forearms, and then press right back out. Exhale, bend in, round, and inhale back out. Exhale, round, inhale back out. Exhale, round, drop the head more if you can. Maybe pick up the pace. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Work those legs. Exhale, inhale. 3 more. Exhale, inhale, last one. Bring it all the way in, lower down. I find on this spring that my shoulders and my upper body wear out so much faster than the rest of me. All right, now we're gonna go into a pike. You can always go back to the bent knee tuck. All right. Elbows are down, forearms are down. Find your feet in your favorite position. Can either be parallel or Pilates V. All right. Here's where I really want you to work the dropping of the head. Pike the hips up with straight legs. Push into your forearms, y'all, and then go back out. Exhale, lift, 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 and back out. Keep your heels high. Exhale, lift, 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 lift. Push into those arms, y'all. All right, there's your headstand. There's your handstand. 3 more. 2 more. Lift those heels up, y'all. Push into the foot bar or the platform, and then go all the way out. Knees come down and in. Okay. Now we're going to play around with a little twist. All right. So bear with me while I find my words on this one, because the position is kind of tricky with the feet. So again, you can always be on your hands or your forearms for this. I'm going to stay on my forearms. So forearms or hands down. Feet, again, on the platform or your foot bar, wherever you'd like. Find your plank. All right. I'm going to take my right foot and snake it behind my left knee, behind the knee. I'm now going to twist my hips as that knee goes to the left and then back to center, and then lift the knee back up or up to the ceiling. It goes down to the left and back out. Under, back out. My hip should probably be a little bit lower. Just like a little rotation in the hips. Let's do 2. And last one. Can you stay out there with me? Woo! I cannot. My shoulders are on fire. Woo! Let's reset. Oof, shoulders are on fire. And let's do the other side. All right, back out. Left foot around the back of the right knee. Twist under and back out. Twist under, back out. Take breaks if you need. I don't know about you, but my shoulders are on fire right now. Keep going if you can. I'm going to try to knock out 3 more with you. 3 more with you, y'all. Props to you if you are still going. Ugh. Last one, y'all. Find center and then lower down. I think my arms are going to fall off. I think they are. I think they might fall off today. I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted. Okay, so we're going to stay on this spring, the red spring or your medium spring. I'm going to come Z-sit, facing you, so my shoulder blocks are to my right. If this is not working for you, this position with your legs, you can always have them hanging off the front side. You can go crisscross applesauce, right? So left hand on the foot bar here. It's either in line with my body or slightly in front. My right arm, oh, I can't even lift my right arm up. I'm just going to press the carriage out, and I'm just going to side bend. I'm just going to side bend. Maybe I reach that right arm on the frame, right? If you're feeling good today, maybe the arm goes up and over to find that side bend, and then stack back up, all right? One more time like that, up and over. Push your right shin into the shoulder blocks, and now twist your body towards the well. Take your right hand onto the foot bar as well. Take your hands wide. I'm going to drop my chest down, drop my head down. Think it feels good. I'm going to push with my left hand, pull with my right. And then I'm going to undulate, roll my spine up, bring the carriage home. I'm going to drop my shoulders down at the top, turn my head to the left, so it's a full spiral of the spine. Turn my head back to center, and then go ahead and press back out, working that push-pull with the arms. And then roll yourself all the way in. Make it feel good. Make it feel good. Stack your spine up tall at the top. Drop the shoulders down. Maybe your head turns to the left again if you like. And then back to center. And let's do the other side. Right hand on, left arm out, maybe up. Go ahead and press it out. Side bend up and over. Think of arcing your spine up and over something as opposed to just dumping down. I feel like I was doing that on the other side. And then go ahead and stack back out. Woo! Again, press it out. There's also a press down into the foot bar. Arm comes up and over, or maybe it comes down to the frame. And I lie. We're going to take both hands up onto the foot bar now. Ooh, forgive me. Drop your head and chest down. And then sink that left hip down towards the carriage. Roll yourself up, 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 up. Drop your shoulders down. Turn your head to the right. Turn your head back to center and then press yourself out. So on this side, I'm pulling with my left, pushing with my right to deepen that twist. Head drops, left shin pushing into the blocks. Drop that left hip down like it's going to touch the carriage. If you're already there, I'm jealous. Stack your spine up tall, drop the shoulders, turn your head to the right, back to center, and you are done, y'all. I really want to hear what you guys thought of this in the comments. I can't tell if I'm just really sore from the last workouts or that one just was really tough and kicked my butt. Maybe a little bit of both. I'm kind of hoping. So I appreciate you being here. As always, just thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope to see you again. Thanks, y'all.